And good afternoon to everyone. Thank you so very much for waiting and for checking in to see what is the topic of discussion for today. As usual, we're here Monday through Friday, 12 until the 1 o'clock hour. And we are here with our guest who is here with us from the CAPE program. But before we get into them, let me thank those of you who are following the live stream. If you want to know how to follow the live stream, you can go to tvcarib.com and you will be able to lead into the conversation. Or you can go to my website, cmorejournal.com. That's CMOOREJOURNAL.com, used primarily for this purpose, where when the page opens, there will be a banner at the top. You just easily click on that and you'll be able to watch and see the faces behind the conversation. Not also available to everyone is PJD2's Facebook page as well as mine. So we are all over the internet as well as on radio live today. All right, I'm here. I'm joined today by Doreen Edwards McIntosh, who is the CAPE coordinator there at the Academy. And she's joined by Escaline Estevez. She will correct that if I chew it up. She's one of the students. And Kevin Omias, who is also with us. All smiles today. Good to have you in, folks. And thank you for coming in to share with us what is going on at the CAPE program. For the moment, let's turn our attention towards the CAPE coordinator, who I'm sure would be able to give us an overview of what exactly we will be dealing with today. You can just get that microphone a little closer to you. Yeah. All right. Okay. Hi, how are you?
I am good. Thank you for having us.
All right.
Okay, so good afternoon to everyone in Radio Land. We are here today from St.Maarten Academy to represent the CAPE program. The CAPE program has been around from 2015. So this year is the 11th year of the program. Mm-hmm. But I believe that a lot of our community members are not aware of the CAPE program because at the end of the Form 5 period, a lot of students are thinking about the IB program or thinking about leaving the island to go away and study. But the CAPE program is a program that is equivalent to the VBO. So when the students are finished with Form 5, they come to CAPE. CAPE is a 2-year program, and it prepares them for university. It basically bridges the gap.
Okay. So the age bracket that normally associated with the folks that are attending the program is what?
Okay, so it's the students who are fresh out of high school. We don't have an age limit. Once they're finished with the CXE program, they transfer to the CAPE program. Mm-hmm. Once they're successful in their CXE subjects, because that is a foundation for the program.
Mm-hmm. So when people finish with the high school, they are approximately what age?
Most times 16.
Okay, so between
16, yes, but you might find a 15-year-old who is finished, and still that student can still join the program, right? You might find an 18-year-old who is finished and he can still join the program.
So what is the basic design of the CAPE program? What does it do for the students?
Okay, as I said, it's a pre-university program. It basically bridges the gap between a high school and university. Mm-hmm. What happens nowadays when students apply for university, the university asks them for advanced knowledge. CAPE is considered advanced knowledge. Okay. So they come and they pursue their degrees. At the end, they get an associate degree. They don't get a diploma, they get an associate degree. And this associate degree helps them to transition smoothly into university. Uh-huh. Right, so we have had in the past students who matriculate to university, and when they get there, because their credits are transferable, you find that they do, instead of doing 3 years, they might do 2 years or 2 and a little years because their credits were transferred. So this is what CAPE does for these students.
Okay. Let me turn to Escaline and let her just get the microphone to her. Yeah. So Escaline, you are finished with the high school program at the Academy. What is the attraction? What made a decision to be part of the CAPE program? And what are you looking for?
So basically, like many other students, I was placed in the awkward position. And I was put to choose between, evaluating my options nearby or, going into the work field. So I chose to go into CAPE because it would provide me with a necessary foundation for my career path.
So you think about what you want to do as a career.
Yeah,
And
I want to
then-
be an operations coordinator.
What was that?
I want to be an operations coordinator.
Yeah. Okay. I don't think I can identify.
So
What that
basically, that would
means.
be, overseeing the day-to-day operations of a business.
Of a business.
Yeah.
Okay. And you think getting the help that you would get in this program would best prepare you to
Yes,
go?
definitely, because it will help me to specialize in business and lay down the groundwork to later be able to go into the career later on when I go into university.
Yeah. And when you go to university, you will be studying what? Business?
Yeah, I want to do business administration specifically.
Or business administration?
Yeah, business administration.
Okay. Now I can
bachelor's.
see the connection.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Yes,
Mr.
you want?
Moore?
Yeah.
I just want to clarify something that as Carlene just said. Just now she said she wants to specialize. Now with the K program, the students become like little specialists based on how the curriculum is set up.
Okay.
So when you compare the K program to the IB program, the IB program generalizes, but when the students come to the K program, immediately they start pursuing whatever dream they want to pursue because it allows them to specialize in give them a depth of knowledge into their specialist areas. Right. Thank you.
All right. Yeah, okay. Let's say from Kevin then. You know what you want to study.
Yeah.
So you made a decision to sign up with the CAPE program. What are you expecting out of it, or have already been expecting because they want to believe they're already there? Are you? Yeah, you're already there.
Yeah.
And what is your specialist line that you want to study?
So I'm currently pursuing my associate's degree in economics in order to pursue my dream of becoming a lawyer. And I chose the CAPE program, as Miss Edwards said, like it helps bridge the transition into college. So instead of just most colleges, like I want to study in Holland, most colleges in Holland normally ask you to do pre-college courses, or they ask for a VWO equivalent, which is CAPE. So instead of going to Holland and then still having to go back to do other pre-college courses, it just made sense to do CAPE. And plus, it was already in a familiar environment since I already went to St.Maarten Academy.
That's quite clear. But you mentioned Holland. Maybe the best person to answer this question would be you, Ms. Edwards.
Sure.
The Dutch language, how much emphasis is placed on making sure that your students have a certain amount of proficiency in that language, seeing that your school in particular is recognized as an English school? Am I
Yes,
right
it is
about
an
that?
English school.
Yeah.
All right, so the students at the CXE level, they have to pursue Dutch up to Form 5. And at the end of the Form 5 year, they have to do what we call the NTT exam, which qualifies them. Right. But the students who transition from the CAPE program, they transition into the universities that are giving the course in English.
Oh, okay.
Right. So the Dutch doesn't stand in the way of them getting to where they need to go. Yes.
All right. So overall, sounds like the program is good, but is it only good for those persons who are attending the academy, or do others have an
No.
opportunity to
It is
sign up?
it is good for students who have been doing the CXC. So once the students do the CXC program, it makes it easy for them to transition to the CAPE program.
Okay.
Because the CXC program acts as a foundation. So we find that if students transition from another school, for instance, and want to do the CAPE program, there's a whole knowledge gap. Right, because they would not have studied the CXC syllabus on which the CAPE syllabus is built. So CAPE is more the more advanced part of the program. Yes.
So what would you say then would be the advantages with the CAPE program versus other programs that we know exist, and some people leave straight out of high school, and I've known some who have went off to Holland,
Yes.
and when they get there, they still had to do like a whole preparation course before they even enter the college?
So, one of the benefits of having the CAPE program here in St. Maarten is that parents don't have to worry about sending away their 17-year-old to go and do a pre-university program abroad when they could easily do it here right at home. Additionally, the program is pretty cheap. It's $1,000 per year, so which means that it is far cheaper than having to find college tuition. Furthermore, you find that a lot of the students, when they're finished with Form 5, they're not so mature, and the readiness is not there. So it's best for them to stay at home and get ready, get prepared for university. Then there are those students who can't leave the island because they don't have the correct documentation. Now, if these students come to the CAPE program and they get an associate degree, it means that when they go into the working field, they are going out there with knowledge, armed with knowledge. They're going armed with an associate degree, and it would mean that, it puts them in a better position to get a better salary. All of those things. Right, and we're building the community of St. Maarten. If you look at it, when those students stay back, those who don't have papers to go, when they stay back, and they come to CAPE and they get the education, we're doing nation building. We're doing nation building. So it's a very valuable course for St. Maarten's economy. Yes.
How long is this course now?
Okay, so the CAPE program has been in inception since 2015. So this is the 11th year. And I can tell you, I'm just going to go off and tell you that we have been having great success in the program. We boast 98 to 100% pass rate every year. Additionally, our students make the merit list, the regional merit list. Now, this regional merit list is a list where the students, the top performers in the entire Caribbean are chosen. And the CAPE students have been making this list consistently every year. So it's a very good program, and we have dedicated teachers who are helping to push our students to develop our nation. So in addition, study financing, all students can get study financing. They can apply, and they will get support from study financing for CAPE.
Oh, for CAPE?
Yes, they can.
All right. And you say it's about $1,000 a year?
It is.
Yeah, when I tossed the question at you about how long, I was referring to the CAPE program itself. So you're out of high school and you're entering the
2 years.
CAPE.
It's only 2 years.
Okay.
2 years. And the students, they do 10 units over the 2 years. 6 in year 1, 4 in year 2. However, if their university say to them, listen, you should have 3 double units, you might find a student doing 12 subjects, 6 in year 1, 6 in year 2, which is also good because it's the credits that are important. And these credits, as I said, they are transferable, and CAPE is an accredited associate degree program. Yes.
It's theoretical, right?
Theoretical and practical.
And practical.
We have practical components, especially in the sciences. All right. Okay. But apart from the book, apart from the book knowledge, the theory, we try to help the students to become well-rounded. So as part of the CAPE program, they are engaged in volunteerism. They have to take up little leadership duties on campus. We have a prefect body, and we have a number of them who are prefects, and they're assigned to classes, and they have to assist and guide and mentor, those things to help them develop their, all these
ability.
skills in, yes, their leadership skills, right, all of those things. And their interpersonal skills as well. Because Escarline, for one, I can tell you, she was very shy. But she's now the head girl, and she's in CAPE year 2, and she has changed a lot.
Yeah.
Right, the program has helped her a lot to come out, to speak, to stand up, to have a conversation with others. She has grown.
Yeah.
She has seen
obviously.
Yes.
There would be at a growing stage as well, where it might just break that shyness if there was.
Yes.
And they would understand that more responsibilities on them.
Right.
To express themselves. Yeah.
Definitely, but it also provides the extra push.
It
also provides the extra push that we need in the right direction that we might not get if we were to go directly into the work field.
What about, in Dutch they call it stage or work experience. Is that part of the...
No, work experience is not part of the program. What's a part of the program is volunteerism. So these students have to volunteer. They have 60 volunteer hours that they have to do, and they have to take these up with non-profit organizations. So they do 13 one year, 13 in the other year, or they do it according to how it can fit into their schedule, but it has to be done.
Okay.
Right.
Kevin, how do you describe the difference between doing your high school and completing your high school and transitioning into what does it do for you? How do you express that?
Okay, so transitioning from high school into the CAPE program, firstly, I'd say it's not easy. Like it's a really like strong transition, and I find the workload really like prepares you for university. As a matter of fact, I'd say it over prepares you, actually.
Over.
Yeah, because it's not just like, for example, like certain aspects and attributes that I did in the CSEC level from forms 1 to 5. It wasn't really, I realized that at CAPE, I had to up my game. Like,
Okay.
Definitely.
I really had to up my game because it's now like, it's everyone who's coming to specialize in a different field, whether in economics or in management of business, and they're all pushing and they're all overachievers. So it's now I have to push myself to be better.
Yeah.
I have to push myself to be up there and eventually make the merit list.
Oh, you have a goal aside
Of
from
course.
the merit list. What is about the merit? What is there about the merit list that make you so interested?
Basically, like, so basically we do CXC and it's regional with different Caribbean islands. So making the merit list is basically saying like you're the top student out of how many students did CXC.
Yeah.
So if you made like the top 10, that's like really good. Like out of, let's say 1,000 people did that exam, out of 1,000 people, you made the top 10.
Exactly, and it's our classmates as well. Like my classmates made the regional merit list, so that makes me want to be a part of it as well.
Does that have anything to do with the decoration that is pinned on you? He has like 4. There is one on the other side. I can't see, right?
Oh no, I'm just a very active person even outside of school.
Okay.
One of my pins are for a non-profit organization I'm a part of, the St.Maarten Leo's Club,
Okay.
where I'm actually the president. One is also my prefect pin, as Miss Edwards said. Some of us CAPE students are prefects. And then the other two are just like this one says to dream big, always to remind me, like if your dream doesn't scare you, you're not dreaming big enough. And then the last one is just a star because I'm a star. Like,
And that is Kevin for you.
Yeah, and we're also encouraged to be a part of clubs to be able to, give back to the environment and the community, and makes us like well-rounded citizens. I'm more social aware of my surroundings now. Definitely.
Yeah. Just on the microphone a little bit too, because I'm still going to find out. So what are you most proud of when it comes to not only the achievement, but of the program of which is associated with your school in particular? What is it about it that makes you feel like you're doing the right thing?
It basically, like, I feel myself, growing every day and striving for better. I'm growing and I'm, for example, I find myself, being more socially aware, like I said, developing different qualities, leadership qualities, and also interpersonal skills. Like, I'm taking on more roles and being more active.
Mm.
and just to add with that, I find like with the CAPE program is not just like being part of the program. It shows you to not just like settle for just pass, especially in the CAPE program. Most of our teachers, they don't want you to settle just to pass CXC.
Yeah.
Like
they really strive for success.
In excess, be as good as you can be.
basically like
You're decorated with pins too. Is there a reason for?
Yeah, I'm a head girl and also part of the Key Club. Well, I was a member last year, and now I'm the secretary of the club as well. And I'm also a part of the sports committee at school, and I'm also a prefect. So I have a lot on my plate. Right.
All right, folks. I'm here with Doreen Edwards McIntosh, who is the CAPE coordinator. Is it safe to make reference to the academy? Is an academy program?
Yes, it is. It is. It's a part. It's an. Yes, it's an academic program. Remember, I said earlier, it's a pre-university program. It's more. It's an advanced program. Gives us is advanced studies.
But associated with
It's
the St.Maarten Academy, which is English.
Yes, it is. It is. All right. So the CAPE program is originally from CXC, and you know CXC is in Barbados. So we're using the syllabuses from them. All right, to run the program. So it's underneath the academic. Yes.
All right. So what are some of the feelings? I take a break in a minute, but what are some of the feelings that you have as the coordinator of the program when you see the performances, and even now hearing these students who might be senior students in this program?
I must tell you that I'm always puffed up with pride, especially when we hear from our students, you know, when they go away and they call back and say, hey, miss, I got into the program and I don't need to do my sophomore year, or I get to skip a semester, you know. And when you learn about their successes, when they come back to the school, or when you hear that, hey, they're working in this department and that department, and because of the CAPE diploma, the CAPE associate degree, they were able to get this and that done, it makes me very, very proud. I'm also proud of the fact that we have a team of teachers who work together for the program, and that we have a strong management team that, you know, embraces the program and ensures that we do a lot for the students who are enrolled in the program to ensure that it's a success. Yes.
I hate to bring this in here, but I've heard of the CAPE program. Well, I think the initial stage when it started, the lady who was one of the persons behind the program actually came here and was on this show. I don't know if she's still working with it.
No, she's not there.
But I've heard so much because one of my good friends and colleague who has since passed always talk about, we have some CAPE students, and the way he speaks about them is like there is nothing that they can't do. and I'm also gathering from this conversation that they are pre-college or university students, so they haven't even gone there yet.
Yes.
And when he says that, I'm speaking of Renata, who teaches at that school when he is since passed, and
yeah, may his soul rest in peace.
To really mention him, because he's still very young and active and working.
Yes,
he was. Anyway, let me take a break. I think this is the right time to segue to a break, and then when we come back, we'll continue to share the program with those who can make use of it, and whether or not others, aside from those who are attending the St.Maarten Academy, can be a part of the CAPE program as well. We'll be right back, folks. Okay, welcome back, folks. Thank you so much for staying there even after commercials, and we want to thank those persons who support this program to make sure that it's on the air every day, Monday through Friday. I'm here with Doreen Edwards McIntosh, who is the CAPE coordinator, and two of the students there at CAPE, Escaline and Kevin. Both are here talking about their experience with the CAPE program, as well as other important information that can be shared with the general public. When I mentioned in the break, or I asked you in the break, if it's just the academy that does this CAPE program, but you mentioned that any program that have CXC as the exams that they have to take to finalize their education can be part of this. And in so doing, we have several schools here, if you care to mention those schools.
Yes, let me clarify. I said earlier that any student who has been a part of the CXC program can join the CAPE program. Right, so students who from St. Dominic who are in the CXC program, from MPC who are in the CXC program, from Charlotte Brookson, from Mac-I, they are all invited to apply to the CAPE program.
Okay.
Yes.
So maybe you can go right ahead and say
so,
how can they apply?
Sure. On the 30th, before we get to how they can apply, on the 30th of January, we'll be having an open house and we're inviting the public. We've also sent out invitations to the schools already. Additionally, I would like to say that at current we're offering several associate degrees. We have Associate of Arts in Economics, Tourism, Accounts, Entrepreneurship. We have Associate of Science degrees in Mathematics, Natural Sciences, Information and Communication Technology. To apply to the program, students need to have 6 CSEC subjects with grades 1 and 2, and they would go to our school website, stmaartenacademy.com, and go to CAPE and click on the application form and fill in their application form right there and submit their documents. Additionally, the application window officially opens on February 9, but because we're having an open house, we are going to have it open on that day. So if students want to sign up, they can go right ahead and sign up.
Okay. You mentioned the degrees that you're offering to as well?
Yes, I did. We have currently we have Associate of Arts in Economics, Accounts, Entrepreneurship, and Tourism. And then we have Associate of Science in Mathematics, Natural Sciences, Information and Communication Technology. We're also thinking about offering an Associate of Arts in Logistics and Associate of Science in Environmental Science. We're hoping those get on board. It's in the planning phase.
Okay, so let's say I attend the CAPE program and I've completed the 2 years. How far in am I when it comes to the amount of time that it would normally take to get, let's say, not an associate, but a bachelor's degree in a university or a college elsewhere?
So it depends on the university, because we have had, when the students are finished, when you're finished with 10 CAPE units, you already have 100 credits that are transferable. So it depends on the university. So the university has to sit with the students and say, okay, we're going to take all 100 of your credits, or we're going to take 60 of your credits. And then by doing that, now that is going to determine the timeline, how long the student will stay to study for the bachelor's degree, whether they're going to stay for 4 years or 3.5 years, 3 years. So that's how it's determined.
Well, and
so I could not guess it from this point. That part is done on a person by person basis with the university. So it's incumbent on the child's performance. Right.
Okay. Do you have students at that completion stage not pursuing further their education and just think they've had enough with an associate?
Yes, we have had students who have finished with they're finished with their associate's degree, but it's not that they think that it's a completion stage. For them, it's the challenges that they're faced with. Perhaps not having the papers to go, the money to go further and study. So then after CAPE, they decide to go into the work world. So yes, that's basically it. But we have also had students who, when before they're finished, they get scholarships based on their performance in the first year. Right.
So who offer these scholarships?
Universities abroad, American universities offer them scholarship to go away and study.
Okay.
Yes, we have had students who got scholarship for the UK. Right. So it's really a good program. Really a good program. And our students are doing well. They're shining lights out there.
Kevin, how much does this build your confidence as you pursue what your career path is shaping for you?
I feel like I'm very confident. I feel after the 2 years of CAPE, if you were to put me in university, I'd be the one in that room ready to tackle any obstacle ahead of me. Like the workload really that's being offered in CAPE, I feel like it really, really prepares me. It's a lot. Although it's a lot, it's really pushes me to strive to do better. So I'm hoping that like when I reach to college, I'll be like, oh my gosh, it's a breeze. Like I did this in CAPE. Like
most definitely. Like within the first day of CAPE, like I was already making study schedules and things like that, because I saw that I needed to restructure myself to be able to excel within the program.
But you don't see CAPE as the end all as far as your education is concerned?
No, I want to reach as high as I can.
As they say, the sky is your limit. It doesn't end with CAPE. You can continue to pursue your education as far to a PhD if you want to. It's all up to you as an individual.
But it's like continuing. You're continuing school. It's not that you are drawn away. I mean, you've finished your high school and you've gotten your high school diploma, your completion diploma, and then that requires how many subjects? How much subjects you have to have under your belt in order for you to
join CAPE?
not well before joining CAPE you have to finish your
For
your
our
secondary
school,
year.
well, we were required to do 9 CXE subjects.
Yes.
But you needed to pass at least, I believe it was 6 with grades 1 to 3.
Oh, the grades are important here too.
1 to 2.
And then after that you can consider, okay, let me join the CAPE program in preparation for college later on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe it's important for, young people to join a post-secondary program because it helps them, stay on track and also provides academic engagement and the mental stimulation because, if you're going to the work field, you might stray away from it. You might completely indulge yourself in those things and then completely forget and be blindsided about the fact that, there's so much things out there that you can explore.
Mr. Edwards, why don't you just talk a little bit about the possibility of, because there is a price involved when it comes to attending the CAPE program. You're continuing your education, but I don't know if you call it tuition fees or...
Yes, we call it tuition fees. So it's $1,000 per year for the program.
For the program, yes. So you're looking at...
Which is very, very affordable, by the way, if you have to compare it to pre-university programs elsewhere.
But you said the possibility exists for them to get study financing as well.
Yes, it is right there on the study financing website.
Oh, it's there.
It is
Okay.
right there.
So you're saying students should really take full advantage of it.
Yes, I believe our students, especially here in St.Maarten, should take advantage of the program. It's a very, very good program. And they don't need to wait for their CXE results in order to apply. They need to apply first and then wait for the results. That's the correct way to go. You apply to the program first and then you wait for your results to come in. Yes.
In applying,
Yes.
what do you measure in order to determine as to whether...
Okay, so the students are asked to submit recommendations from their previous schools. They're asked, especially from their math, English, and a recommendation from maybe from a science teacher or business teacher, depending on what they want to pursue. And also they have to submit a copy of their transcript. And then we ask them to submit a list of the subjects they have sat. And so we await the grades. But while we are waiting for the grades, we review those documents to see. And we call schools and say, hey, this person has applied, what do you think about so-and-so? We saw the grades, but what do you think about so-and-so? We have those conversations.
And do you get folks from the other schools that use the CXE program?
Yes. We have students right now from...
Or you reach out to them? How is that?
No, okay, so we try our best to reach out. We advertise the program on our Facebook page. We do have a Facebook page. We do have an Instagram page. We use our students to bring the word across. We write to the counselors at the other school to let them know about our program so they can share the information. We send posters out to these schools so they can put it up in their schools so the students can know about the program. So we do have far reach. And at present and prior, we have had students from St. Dominic, from MPC. And as I mentioned before in our offline conversation, we have had students from abroad. Currently, we have a student who joined us from Martinique, right? And it's not the first time.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the program is in English.
The program is
someone who is coming
yes,
from
it
Martinique,
is. It's in English.
Okay.
Right. So the person who came from Martinique, she did the CXE program in Martinique.
Okay.
Forms 1 to 5. So it made it easy for her to transition here. Yes.
All right. So what would you say that is important for St.Maarten, both parents who are concerned with their students furthering their education as well as students? What would be the underlining piece of information here that is important for them out of this conversation?
All right. I just want to make the public aware that there is a myth that CAPE is not as good as IB. That is far from the truth. CAPE is a recognized associate's degree program. And over the 11 years that we have been doing it, people have been doing it before us. But we at St.Maarten Academy only started the program in 2015. All right, but it is a recognized program. It's our students, they are little specialists. CAPE specializes, while IB generalizes. All right, with the CAPE program, when the students start the program, the students right away they start feeling the effect of moving towards their profession. With the IB program, they leave with a diploma. With the CAPE program, they leave with an associate's degree. All right, and I can tell you from testimonials that we would have received from our students that when they go into the classrooms, especially those who have done the natural sciences package and they go into medical school, they say when they go and they meet the students, they outperform them. What more do you want, sir? What more do you want? We have a good program. We have a good thing going. So we're inviting the students to apply to the program and the parents as well. And we're inviting the parents, the community to come out on January 30th to hear more about the CAPE program.
Is it safe to make reference to it as a small college ahead of
It is.
college?
It is. Yes, it is considered the first year of college. It's a pre-university program. So it's the first year of college. Yes.
All right. So to be a part of this program, they would have to apply.
Apply via our school website, St.MaartenAcademy.com. You click on CAPE and click on apply and fill in the application form. You submit the requested documents, and then you hit submit. The form comes into us, and we do our review while we wait. And we do communicate with the persons who apply via email.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's more suited for those persons who have the CXC program as...
Yes, it is more suited for persons who have done the CXC curriculum. Right.
Yeah. Okay. So, all right. I think we just about cover it all. Kevin, is there anything that you'd like to share with people your age that might, And by the way, maybe later on, just before we close, you can talk about how do you sell this to those persons that are actually on the same ground where CAPE is.
Okay, I'll tell you about that.
Go ahead, Kevin.
So I'd just like to encourage everyone who's about to graduate high school and you don't know what you want to do, whether what you want to work, whether you want to go away, to just take an opportunity and consider joining the CAPE program. Like Miss Edwards said, we have our open day on January 30th. You can come out. It's not bad to weigh your options.
Yeah.
And also to go and follow our Instagram is SMA _CAPE program.
And
Yes.
Escaline,
Okay,
let Escaline talk a little bit about her ambition and what you would say to others to encourage them to be a part of this.
Yeah, I would definitely encourage, young people to give it out a try. It never hurts to try anything and see if it would benefit you. Because I was hesitant at first to try it out, but I saw that it was very beneficial at the end, and it helped me grow as a person.
Yeah, you have already decided what you wanted to do, so in applying it was easy. But what about if you don't know what you want to do just yet? Is it still possible? And maybe you could answer that.
The thing is, when the students apply and or if they come to ask questions, they're not sure what they want to do. At our school, we have a career guidance counselor. I would always recommend them go and see her, have a talk with her, and then they will go have a talk with her, and then they'll come back.
Okay, consultation.
Yes, consultation.
Yeah.
It's available to CAPE students as well.
Yes, this guidance is also available to CAPE students. I just want to shout out Mrs. Weeks. Thank you very much, Mrs. Weeks.
All right. And the open house before we go to...
Yes, so the open house is on January 30th, and we're inviting the general public to come and get more information. Come and participate. Come and see what we have to offer. Additionally, you mentioned a little earlier, you want to know how we reach the students on the compound. Now, because the CAPE students, they have more free time. We say it's not really free time. It's supposed to be research time because there's a lot of independent learning. So there are non-contact hours in between their schedules. So what I've done is I have a team of students who would go to talk with the students about, joining the program. I write to their parents too, so I target them at different times. The Form 4s, the Form 3s, the Form 5s. So at different times I'll send out this email to tell the parents about the CAPE program, what it's about. And then I have this open office policy where the students can come in and talk to me. Additionally, if you should show up to our school right now, you'll see all these posters around the school, and you'll see a notice board, 2 notice boards by the front, which shares about the program, what it has to offer, and colleges that accept students.
Does it
Just
drive
some.
the students who are exposed to this at the lower level to excel in their performance if they want to be a part of the CAPE?
Yes, it depends on the student's consciousness too. At lower levels, it's not all students who know what they want to do.
Yeah.
But once a student is conscious of what he or she wants to do, and they are aware of the program's benefit, then they come talk to you. Because I've had a first former who came to ask me about the program and tell me.
First former?
Yes, and he told me what he wanted to do and asked me if this program could help him, and I told him yes. And I've also had a third former. So it depends on the student's consciousness. Yes.
But it also gives them exposure so they can know their options and know what is, accessible to them.
Do you ever use any of these two?
Yes, yes. Kevin is a good speaker, and he has good influence. Scarlett too, now that she's growing out of her shell, So of course, it's the CAPE students that I use. The best word of mouth is
Word of
using
mouth.
using the students. And additionally, they see these students walking around in these
Yes.
uniforms, so it stands out. So they'll go up to the students and ask, "Why are you wearing a different uniform from me? What does it mean?" And then the students explain to them.
Oh, yeah. And I wanted to ask you about whether it's school as usual for those in the CAPE program, or if it's reserved for afternoon after.
No. It's school as usual. It's school as usual. It's just that their schedule they have a little more time on their schedule to do their research and all of that.
Okay.
So they have contact hours. You might find that they have in the morning they might have there are 4 contact hours, but in the afternoon they don't have any class. Some students don't have any class. So it varies based on the program that the student is doing. Right. So on Monday mornings we request that all students come in because most of them serve as prefects.
Yeah.
So they have to come in to assist with the assembly, the morning assembly, to help with lining students, discipline, and that sort of thing. But on a regular day, for the rest of the week, they come in when they have their classes. So if a student has class at 9:00, the student shows up 8:30 for 9:00 class. Right.
But how do students bridge that though, when they're coming from some of the students that they themselves were a part of, maybe not exactly in the same classes, but they were in the high school section. You're on the same campus, aren't you?
Yes, they're on the same campus.
Yeah.
They're on the same campus.
How do they manage? How do they manage them?
The students at the CAPE level, I believe the rest of the school recognize that they're senior students,
Okay.
and they treat them as such, right? So what you'd find the lower schools doing, playing and running about, you'd see the CAPE students in groups studying, or in peers studying, or in some classroom doing something. And I believe it's the structures that we have in place,
Okay.
so it makes them realize that, hey, these are senior students, so, they're on a little different level from you. And the privileges that they're given as well.
Yeah.
Because the CAPE students, they can, as I said earlier, they come in when they have their classes. They come half an hour earlier for their classes. And when they have to sign in that they have come in, just like you do at college, you sign in that you have come in, and then you sign when you're going out, so that book is always there and it is checked. Right.
But I'd like to also add, even like the fact that we're prefects, it also like bridges the gap. Because even now with my prefect class, I didn't show up for 1 week, and they're coming, "Kevin, why you didn't come to class? Like, we didn't see you this week. Like, we miss you." So it also like helps to like build a bond.
Yes.
So it's not just, we don't know who these students are. We don't have class with them. We don't really see them like that. So there's still an interaction between us and the lower forms.
In the future, are you planning to probably get a location primarily for CAPE, or is it okay doing the program jointly with?
That's a very good question, but I would not be able to answer that question. That's a question for my board.
Because wouldn't it be better for them though in their own environment?
Well,
Or
I'm
maybe-
accustomed to the CAPE students having their own block
Yeah.
in school.
In school.
When I'm Jamaican, so in my previous school in Jamaica, the CAPE students have their own block. So when the student, it's like they're set apart. So the students really see them as senior students because they don't come to this side, they're on that side.
Yeah.
So, then the lower school now, they aspire to get over there because they see all these students dressed this particular way and they're doing these things, participating in all these things, and they want to be a part of it. So it becomes a motivation for them.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. I think we've gotten quite some information. So, lastly, as we wrap it up, maybe you can invite the public of St. Maarten to the open house that you're having on the 30th and where it would be.
Yes, so on January 30th, St.Maarten Academy will be having an open house for not only for CAPE, but it's for the whole school. But on that day, since I'm the CAPE coordinator, I want to showcase CAPE. Mm-hmm. So we're inviting the general public to come and see what we're offering, and it will be held right there on campus. Mm-hmm. So we're looking forward to see you. Please come.
Which of the locations? You have two locations.
The one by the Chic.
Oh, right there.
Yes, Cooper
Okay.
Drive.
All right. Well, Kevin and Nescreen, thank you so much for your time out of class. Yeah.
Thank you
And
so
to
much.
share it here and to share with the public who can make use of this program, because I think it is something that is needed sometimes when we see those folks who are leaving to go to another country to study at the tender age.
I agree with you.
Without probably little preparation for it.
Yes,
It
it can
can
be a
help
shock.
or it can kill.
True. I agree
Yeah.
with you.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr.
Thank you very much for having us.
No problem. All right, folks, that's how we're going to end it for today. I want to thank the two students from the CAPE program as well as the coordinator for coming in and sharing. Don't forget the open house that they're having on the 30th. I believe the program gets started on February 9th.
No, that's the original application day, but we're going to open it on the 30th since we're having an open house.
Okay, thanks for the clarification. So that's it for today. We'll be back again tomorrow at 12. An invitation is extended for you to join us then. In the meantime, you take care of yourself. Enjoy what's left of your Tuesday. Goodbye.